Greetings from Coppell ISD. This is the Student and Staff Services Department, and today we're going to bring you the Standard Response Protocol. I have a couple of guests here, Sergeant Albert Moreno from the Coppell Police Department, and our Coordinator of Student Safety, which is Rachel Freeman. We wanted to speak with all of our community and provide a common vocabulary. These are the drills that we go through in order to keep your students, your children, and our students safe.
So today we wanted to talk to you guys about the Standard Response Protocol, and this is what we utilized in Coppell ISD for training regarding drill situations. We've done a fantastic job educating our educators, our staff, our students, and the one piece that I felt we were missing is to educate our parents. In 2006, the I Love You Guys Foundation was started by Ellen and John Michael Keyes following the shooting of their daughter Emily Keyes at Platte Canyon High School. During the situation, Emily texted her parents, "I love you guys," and then as a result of that last text, this foundation was created. The whole purpose of this foundation was to create a standard response so law enforcement, educators over the entire nation could come together and have some sort of unified response to active shooter situations.
Any type of evacuations, more than just the active shooter, any type of threat or anything that can happen, we're all going to be on the same page. Should we be in another city or out visiting somewhere else, we'll still know what to do and how to respond.
So there are 4 active drills that we practice here in Coppell ISD. The first one that we'll talk about is called Lockout, and that's the blue symbol. The second one is Lockdown. The third is Evacuation. And the fourth one is Shelter. The reason why Standard Response Protocol works is because it's a shared lexicon. We share the verbiage with students, staff, responders, and our parents. With regards to a lockout, what you need to know is that the threat is outside of the campus or outside of the building. If you were to approach a school as though you wanted to pick up your child, for example, if the school was on lockout, you might see this poster. What that should convey to you is that currently no one can enter or exit the campus until the situation is resolved.
This is probably going to be one of the most readily ones used, because as law enforcement, should a threat be anywhere close to the school, we will contact the school and let them know go on a lockout. So that way we know all the kids are safe inside that school along with the teachers and the staff, and they can still go about their regular school day. And that's why this one will probably be used a lot more than any of the other ones, just because we want to, again, make sure everybody's safe while we're still trying to conduct the business on the law enforcement side.
We've run actual scenarios involving lockouts at several campuses both this year and last year. And again, it's in conjunction with any type of police activity where there could be some sort of threat close to a campus. A threat could be something like an animal, a dangerous animal, or it could be some police activity in the area, civil unrest, or just anything in general that would preclude students from exiting the building.
And also just know if you do show up, the doors won't open as far as for you to come in, and again, we're just trying to make sure that all the students are safe. So bear with us, because we'll release the school as soon as possible once we know that it's safe for you to enter or exit the school.
Probably the scariest threat for every parent, educator, student involved would be the lockdown. In a lockdown situation, your threat is inside the building. So we're going to practice several different concepts. But one of the things that we have taught our students is to lock down. What that means is locks, lights, out of sight. If they're in a position where they cannot get out of the building, then the next best thing for them to do is to lock down inside a classroom or another safe location. So the first thing that we're going to ask them to do is, if they can safely do so, evacuate the building, hopefully with a teacher, another adult. But if not, if they can't evacuate the building, then they're going to lock down. And what a lockdown would look like on the inside is the locks would be engaged in the door, the lights would be turned off, and the students would be out of sight in a safe location.
And there'll be blinds pulled down so that way you can't see inside the rooms. And it'll be completely secured until law enforcement comes to release the students and the staff.
If you were to go to a campus, say to try to pick up a student, and they happen to be in the middle of a lockdown drill, you might encounter this poster. And again, in this situation, we treat all of our drills like our real scenarios. No one will exit or enter during a drill situation. Our drills typically take anywhere between 15 minutes to an hour to roll. It just depends on the size of the campus. So an elementary school may take 10 to 15 minutes to complete. Coppell High School, for example, which takes significantly longer. So here's an example of what a lockdown drill might look like.
If you're in a classroom when a lockdown is called, the main thing to remember is locks, lights, out of sight. As students gather in a safe area of the room, lock the door and turn off all lights. Have everyone in the room move to a location that is out of sight. Pick an area of the room that can't be seen from interior windows. An actual lockdown may not be resolved for several hours. Here's how you should wait. Stay in the safe location. Don't move around the room. Remain silent. Staff, take written attendance of who is in the room. Note anyone missing and if you have any extra students or staff.
And we cover every elementary and middle school 5 drills a year, school year. The high school will get 2. And we'll take all law enforcement out there and we run it just like we would should it actually happen. Which hopefully it never does, but it's real scenario of what we try and do as far as for law enforcement to go with your administrators, figure out if blinds need to be moved, relocated, but it really helps out and we make sure that we get all that practice in for the kids and the staff, and that way everybody knows what they're doing.
Our administrators at each campus select their drill dates ahead of time, so these are pre-planned dates. They're not specifically picked for any reason, or a specific time is not picked, but we do try to vary the dates, the days, and the times. Evacuation drills are far more common. We've been practicing these since probably we were in school. We used to call these fire drills, but an evacuation drill is simply there is some sort of threat where we need to evacuate the campus. So in a very orderly fashion, all the students are going to exit the building to a specific location.
And this could be for any type of, like the fire drill we stated, there has been some, or plumbing, just to get all the kids outside and get them accounted for and put them in a safe location while we figure out what's going on inside the school.
Coppell ISD practices evacuation drills every month at every campus. So this is something that we practice on a very regular basis. In the event that we have a real active shooter scenario, a police evacuation might be in order, and this is what a police evacuation would look like.
When law enforcement begins the evacuation, here's what to expect. An officer will unlock your door and enter the room. Stay where you are. The officer will give you specific instructions you must follow.
Springfield Police Department, you're safe, everything's okay, we're going to get you out of the building. I need everyone to follow my instructions. I need a single file line, leave all your personal property on the floor where it is, form me a single file line right here at the door. Teacher, I need you in front, please.
You will be asked to leave your stuff behind, form a line at the door with the teacher in front.
I need everyone to hold hands with the person to your right and left.
Hold hands with the person in front of and behind you until you reach your final destination. Wait quietly for further instructions from the officer.
Teacher, I need you to walk out, follow the instructions of that officer right there. Go ahead.
You will be told to proceed to the next officer. Walk, do not run, and do not talk.
Walk towards the stairs.
Follow the directions of the officers guiding you during the evacuation. They could be giving you verbal directions
Right to the stairs.
or hand signals. Watch the pace of your line. Be aware of obstacles such as corners, fallen objects, debris, or stairs which may affect the speed your line can move. Don't stop until you reach the location you were directed to.
Keep moving all the way to the end of the fence. All the way to the end of the fence. Keep moving.
Verify attendance and wait for further instructions.
Connor.
Here.
Andrew.
Here.
This is what a self-evacuation might look like.
During the initial moments of a school violence situation, the official call for a lockdown may not have occurred or not have been heard by everyone. You need to assess your personal safety. Consider your best option. This may include staying in a classroom behind a locked door, hiding, or evacuating. Self-evacuation, which means exiting the school and leaving the campus, is an option. If you're in a hallway, common area, or near an exterior door, self-evacuation may be your best choice. Once you've arrived at a safe location, you should immediately check in with your parents and the school district to let them know you're safe.
Find a safe location to go. Like you can cover it as far as with family, or go with an adult teacher or something like that. But as far as high school kids, get in your car, drive off, contact your parents. I don't know what's going on, but safety is the first thing. Make sure if you can get out of the school, go.
The last drill that we practice is called a shelter drill. We also used to practice these as young children. We used to call these the duck and cover drill. But a shelter drill is basically used for any type of maybe a weather emergency or anything where we might need to shelter in place because of some sort of hazard. So it could be a biohazard, it could be a tornado, or just some sort of weather issue to where we might need to be in a safer location. On the inside of a campus, every classroom building has a specific location that they'll push out to. It's generally going to be an interior hallway. And then we're going to utilize the old duck and cover position where we're on our all fours and our hands are covering our heads. Parents, if you're interested in finding out more information about this organization, it can be located on the web at iloveyoguys.org.
For more information regarding school safety and security, go to www.capellisd.com/safety. If you have any suggestions on other areas of concern, please email us at input@capellisd.com.